So welcome to part 2 of the meet and greet ride, the first ever Appalachian Mountain Riders meet and greet ride. If you remember, we had just left off in part 1 from swamping the X4. And after heading back to the truck for a quick bite of lunch, we decided to head out and hit some other trails then for the rest of the day. And as you can see, the sun did make an appearance and it got a little bit nicer for the afternoon.
I guess it's just, is that just green?
Huh?
Is that just sign just green?
Yeah.
Okay, so this will be an easy one. This would be a nice place to bring the kids over to Lisa and that, 'cause these trails aren't bad at all. You can just put around. Some of that, like that black trail we were on there, that was like the green trails down in Tennessee at Ride Royal Blue. Alright, there's a blue. That's a little more difficult. Let's go down this way. We'll take the blue. Then we're gonna head in this one, this way. Make the turn. Oh yeah.
So these hills we were on now pretty much just rode the side of the hill when you slowly descended down into the valley, but it was a very gradual descent, so you actually got to look out across and get a pretty good view the whole way down until we got down deeper and then got into the trees. It was just a nice little trail and a nice way to ease back into the afternoon after getting a full belly.
Now which way? They both kind of go the same way, just an upper and a lower. I have a good spot here for a picture. Line everyone. That's a hill. Are you sure you want me to get closer and check? See what we get into here when we get down here into the woods. Pretty good climb. Put her in 4-wheel drive. Oh, that was nothing. Yeah, we'll just keep going straight. There we go, that's a little more tricky. Too bad. Gotta remember. Yeah, Seth was right up. Yeah, what's this other way? Okay, that's just 5 that goes that way. So this must be this loop that runs up here. Because this is 5E blue, which is this one. So this must go up to here. We could go here, get on this. Take some of these lower loops here. Yeah, sure, why not?
Now we did try to use the map as little as possible, but there were a couple bridges that were marked on the map we were wanting to check out and see what they were. So we did end up having to use the map here a little bit to try to find our way to get to those.
That's a blue, we're on a green. This will be a little more fun, I'm hoping.
Flip it on the end. Flip on the end.
Yes. Whoa! Leave it on the edge. Interlude.
Right here.
Okay, so if we take this outer, then that'll take us up here, which is where I wanted to go. I wanted to get on this to see what this bridge is. And we can take that looks like one down to 2. Works for me. Haha, putting you in the water. Wasn't that neat?
So as you can see, we made our descent and got back down into the woods and into the trees.
Definitely gonna have to come here more often next year. Get like a whole season pass. Yeah, we'll just drive around here. Whoa, hey.
Look at all that. Shall we explore?
Yeah, we're gonna explore. We're gonna explore. Something for you to do donuts in.
Where are they?
Oh, pretty cool. Our old building out here in the middle of nowhere. Look at that. Nice graffiti on the walls.
Huh?
Nice graffiti on the walls. We got you home, Seth. There it is. Welcome. Trail that goes up over. Oh, that's pretty cool. An old mine entrance. That's really cool. I don't have a flashlight.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, on the door.
What's that?
Old door. That's cool.
Oh, it's muddy in here. Wonder how far in this goes.
Oh,
Oh, you should have brought the other camera, Eileen. I have. It has night vision, infrared. We would have been
Yeah.
able to see in here. Go get it. I think. Oh, this just
Oh, it
ends.
just
This just ends. Yeah, it's caved in right there. That's still pretty cool. Huh.
wow.
It caved in.
Yeah, that's all the farther you can go. We have a couple train tunnels up where we live that you can go in for a ways. It's pretty neat. But it's the same way, you can only go back in so far.
Imagine this being your way of life
Your,
every day.
your job.
Crawling in
Oh
here.
my. With a pick and
Yeah. That's what was just like the history of that Pocahontas town in West Virginia was just amazing.
oh yeah. It's like you see how like kind of run down and tiny them are now, but you know, once upon a time those were
Oh,
big
yeah.
booming cities.
There's actually a thing on YouTube, a documentary about Pocahontas, Virginia. And it was just amazing.
Another one.
What'd
1930.
you see?
1930s on the
Wow.
Keystone there. Seth, you're getting my Pioneer all muddy. Outhouses.
So 3A.
Okay, so we're not quite. We're doing good. We'll get to 2E if we keep going this way.
And then there should be a black truck.
There we go. Let's see, inner loop that way. This way. Okay, that's what we want. That's what we want. Another black trail. Now if we just stay on 2, does it change to a different number there? Yeah, let's take the long one. Now that you got your bearings, it's a little easier to figure this out. Well, big wide side by side couldn't fit. steep. Outer loop. Did we want to make this turn?
Yeah.
That's.
That would be a 2.
Let's see that we are on the outer loop. We need to turn. I don't know if we can make that turn or not. Maybe. We just want to see everyone else make the turn. Yeah. Oh, shut up. I think I do. Got the biggest buggy of the bunch here.
Oh, young river.
Sorry. Weather balloon.
So after a good bit of descending down the hillside, checking out some old ruins, we finally made our way down to where the bridge was we wanted to check out.
There's a bridge. Whew.
So the X4 being at 59 inches right around there, just barely was able to squeeze through the bridge here. So anything over 60 inches would probably not go across this way and would have to take a trail around. Of course, Mighty Mouse being around 53, 54 inches with the way I have it set up, it wasn't a problem for it.
I just fit. I don't know if he'll fit or not. There is a path out around.
Now I'm not exactly sure of the actual specs of the new Maverick Sports. I was thinking they were around 60 inches, but from the looks of it as he was crossing, he actually had a little more room than what my X4 did. So I'm going to have to look up that number and see for sure.
It's majestic. Now I think the trail goes, is that, which way we gotta go here now, I wonder. Yeah, you had plenty of room.
Did I?
Yeah.
They just looked real narrow. I'm like, yeah, we'll figure it out.
You probably had this much room on the other side.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty good on the other side.
We'll find out. Oh, the steering wheel's way up. Why does that feel funny? I don't know if the 1000 would have fit across that. I would have had to go around.
You were probably the closest. It looked like anyway.
Oh, I should have you filming this too, but little rock crawling section. Oh, there we bottomed out a little bit. This one got steel skid plates though. Your little Mighty Mouse coming up over. Yeah, he's got her. I don't think he bottomed out.
It was kind of funny here because after lunch, the trails that we were on up to this point were smooth. They weren't rocky like the ones that we were on earlier in the day. But then it was just like someone hit a light switch and we were right back into all these rocks again, which makes for some fun trail riding if you don't mind that kind of stuff. I know a lot of guys like to be able to just put the pedal to the floor and go fast, but I kind of like the slower rock crawling type of riding. But just like that, we climbed up high enough to get out of the rocks again. And by this point, I was having a little bit of a thirst for some speed, so I played around a little bit. Quite a bit of fun there coming back up out of the valley and getting back on top of the hills here. And eventually as we continued on, we came across a pretty interesting looking hill climb, which the Maverick Sport went right up, and I thought, well, we can't have that. I'm always claiming the Pioneer 500's a little billy goat, so I had to show them exactly what little Mighty Mouse could do. By by this point, most of you know that hills do not look nearly as steep as they are in real life as they do on camera. So trust me when I say this was a pretty steep little hill climb. And that last little bit there at the top was a little sketchy, especially for such a narrow base side-by-side like the Pioneer 500. That's where you end up tipping if you're not careful and know how to drive.
No problem. It is a little sketchy there at the very top though, because you gotta turn to get up over to that next lip. Yep, it's kind of disappointing. So we're working on making our way to the boulder field. And where are we at right now?
And most of the boulder field here you guys have already seen because I did a teaser video that featured this section. This was probably the hardest section that we got into the day. It was just nothing but rocks from big to small. And the one section here you'll see coming up that I teased to but didn't show you was a spot where the Maverick Sport had a little bit of difficulty getting over. Not that it's not a capable machine, but there was just that little bit of a hesitation with the Visco lock they put in those things where he lost traction. And he lost his momentum because of that, and he had a hard time getting up, but eventually we got him up over. And for being a completely bone stock machine, except for the Walker Evans I had on the front here, the X4 really impressed me through this technical stuff. I didn't know how it was going to handle it, didn't know how my ground clearance was going to be, but as you guys will see here, she just poured right up over this trickiest section. Again, camera doesn't do it justice, but this was steep. This was quite the rocky section. And she climbed right up over. And of course the P5 did too, but like I said, part Billy Goat.
Awesome! That was pretty awesome!
And I think another area that was hurting him in the Maverick Sport was that he was still at the factory air pressure, I'm sure. So I think if he would have aired down his tire pressure, he probably would have done a lot better through this section. I know both the Pioneer and my X4 I had aired down to pretty soft, so it was able to grab and make it up over a lot easier.
I think if you hadn't had that hesitation for your Visco lock to kick in, you would have got up over it the first time. You only had one wheel spinning. I think if you can just hit it a little. There you go. That motor sounds good too, and he's ripping on it like that. So that sounds good too when he's ripping on it.
That's tricky there. I can't believe that. Oh, nice to saw that thing just blew.
That's what I said, that's a billy goat. I have the tires aired out quite a bit too. Try to keep, if you can get your one tire in here and follow this line to here, this is going to be the hard part right there. If you could stay on it enough that you could cut here and then hurry up and cut back over, we can help give you counterbalance.
Now again here with Eric as well, you can see here how stiff his tires are. They got a lot of air in them, and I think he would have been a lot better off too if his tires didn't have so much air pressure in them. It would have made him a little softer, gave him a little better grip, and he would have made it up over without as much difficulty instead of just sitting here spinning.
Turn your wheels that way.
We did throw a few rocks here down here to give him a little better ramp, and then he was able to get up over without a whole lot of difficulty.
You got her! Stay on her! A little more, you're up over.
Keep going.
Yep. Turn her back towards me.
Keep going, buddy. You're going after this a little bit.
You got her.
Okay.
Whew.
Well,
Now we're...
I'm hot now.
When they said a rock garden, they meant a rock garden.
I'm gonna hear the whole way home about that.
He said back there when we stopped, he's like, I don't like this.
Tell them that's them dang YouTubers got to get a good shot. Something crazy.
He's like shaking his head right now.
Yeah, we're just making sure he's still alive.
I don't really usually see the tires, it's so big.
Plus, I was like, oh, because he was like,
So unfortunately after this, Phil and Eric both had to leave because they had somewhere else to be that afternoon. So they took off and headed back. We ended up riding for a little bit, but luck would be on our side, and the group of guys that was actually late getting here and we had yet to see, we actually ran onto them here in about 5 minutes on up the trail. So in part 3, we're going to spend the rest of the day getting to ride with them. They were actually kind enough to take the lead, give me a break. And since I had the slow technical riding now out of my blood, out of my system, I was ready to do a little bit more high-speed riding. And so we spent the rest of the day finished up with hitting the trails at some nice, great high speeds. And we just had a blast. So stay tuned for part 3. And I hope you guys enjoyed part 2. Make sure to like and comment below. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave if you're new to Appalachian Mountain Riders. And until next time, keep on riding. Appalachian Mountain Riders is brought to you in part by the following. The Honda Side-by-Side Club, because who knows the machines better than the owners that use them every day. Walker Evans Racing. When the path requires more than just ordinary, head on over to walkerevansracing.com. Torque Locker from Torque Masters Industries. When you want to explore the unexplored, head on over to torquemasters.com. And by my gracious supporters on Patreon.